Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for taking this time. I'm so happy you're back. I know it's been like 3 years, but it feels like a decade.
Let me tell you, it feels like that to me too. I like can't even believe it. I'm like, I'll tell you what, it is not like riding a bike.
Right.
I'm like, whoa, like I never thought in my life that in my 20s I would take this level of a hiatus. And it's definitely been sort of crazy coming back into everything for sure.
Well, you came back swinging. I was like, not her having me crying first thing in the morning.
Oh, I know I said that. I was like, I don't know if we could do this at 7 a.m. LA time. I feel like that's kind of cruel to do to people.
Putting me through it. Let's hop right into it. Lucky out now everywhere. I mean, I just feel like this is the most vulnerable and really raw and honest I've heard you. How are you feeling now that not just your song, but I feel like your story is out now to the world?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a big day. It's been a big day, but this is what I set out to do was to, share this through my art. And that's part of the reason why this part of my story is coming sort of delayed from when it was actually happening, was because when all
Mm.
this was going down, I was just like, I don't know how to talk about this if it's not through, music, because I didn't really know how to understand it without,
Right.
through music. And so I kind of made a commitment to myself that I was like, when I tell this story, I'm going to do it my way, and I'm going to do it through, something creative and something people can connect to. And it's been, that part has been really, really successful, and I'm really proud of it. But I know that I've got, a 2 year head start on some of these emotions. And I'm watching people kind of catch up in real time, and yeah, it's been really beautiful and overwhelming and scary, but I'm really grateful. And I hope and I wanted to start here because I felt like this context is really, really important, to the rest of the music that's to come.
Yes. Yeah, and I feel like if you go back listen to your old records and your old albums, you've always been very like you could tell you release like your therapy through your music, but I love that you took the time to almost heal in order to tell this story correctly.
Yeah, I felt like I owed that to myself. I think that I definitely have been really forthcoming and sort of open in the past few years, in the sense
Mm-hmm.
of like I'm processing things as they're happening, and I'm processing them in front of the world and with the world, etc. And so with this, I did have a little bit of guilt in the beginning because I felt like I was keeping this huge secret from my fans, and I had for so long I had been like, hey, you'll always know exactly what's going on with me. And that was sort of this like unspoken promise that I had made. And then this thing was going on. And like, to be completely honest with you, I feel like a lot of people were like, hey, we feel like you're not telling us something. Or they felt like I was like a little distant, or, I was a little bit more private than usual. And I so badly wanted to be like, it's not you. I promise you're going to know. I have to tell you the right way. And that's made this even more cathartic, I think.
Right. And it's crazy because like exactly, it's hard to juggle that when that's always been your brand to be vulnerable. But like at the end of the day, a lot like not just you, but like artists in general do not owe anyone anything. You know what I mean? When it comes to personal stuff and dealing with those kind of battles. But we obviously appreciate you being so raw on this record. It's really crazy to me because I just remember being a little girl in like 2000 watching the premiere of Lucky from Britney Spears. Like I was a Britney stan, and like now being able to see you come out in this way and watching the world premiere and watching it all unfold, it's kind of like a full circle moment for your fans as well.
Yeah, I just really wanted to do right by her. Like I really wanted to maintain the original essence of the record, and I wanted to maintain like that feeling that I had the first time I heard it, the first time I connected with it. If it was definitely like a out of the box choice, because this is the only song where I'm sampling on the entire album, because everything had been coming just so much from me. But it just felt
Wow.
like I had to do because I have this memory of hearing this song and really empathizing with Brittany. I'm like 5 or 6 years old, and I'm for the first time in
Same.
my life, I'm thinking about a pop star outside of the context of how they're being presented to me. And I'm like, wow, she's a person, and she's going through things, and maybe her life isn't perfect, and she was going through so much more than we even knew. that we know now. And so I wanted the song to kind of have, I wanted it to be true to that memory of hearing the song when I was younger, and also what I know now. I kind of wanted both of those points of views like to feel represented, and I didn't want to change anything too much. Obviously I wrote all new verses and stuff like that, but it was kind of already a perfect record, and I just wanted to build on the experience and build on the story that it was telling.
That's so amazing. I just think it's so cool that we can relate to that too. It's like full circle moment for both the artist and the fan. I have to know, what was her reaction? Like, obviously, I know you had to go through some kind of process of getting this cleared. Like, how did that go about?
I mean, she was so awesome, and she was, supportive, and I was really terrified that, that I didn't know how it was going to go. And I was just really hoping that she was going to be, at the very least okay with it. I was hoping she'd be excited about it, and she was, which was great. But it was on, if I'm going to be honest with you, it was insane. Like this is like the biggest pop star of my life, and like I didn't even
Right.
he knew I existed, so like getting the chance to kind of like interact with her in this capacity, and to also, incorporate her into my work in this way. It was really, really just mind-blowing. And I think that so much of this experience for me has been an exploration of fate, kind of. Like, because I was
Mm,
asking myself a lot when I first got sick, because I think when you deal with, like, I think that one of the first questions that comes to mind is sort of like, could I have done anything differently for this to not happen to me, or was this always just kind of written in the stars? And the same can be said about my career as a musician, where I was kind of looking at all of these happenings, these really intense happenings of my life, whether positive or negative, and being like, is this always how it is, or in another timeline, in another universe, do these things not happen? And now, I started applying that to, my career as a musician, and I just, one of the things that came to mind was like, if I didn't sit in that room and I didn't listen to Britney and I didn't practice the dances, and would I be here? And I think the answer is maybe no, which is why it's so, incredible to have this come full circle in that way.
oh my God, Lily just got goosebumps. No, that's so powerful. And I'm a big believer in that too. And I think it's amazing that you're vulnerable and like, sharing your health battles and everything that you've been going through. Cause already I've seen comments roll in of people who are dealing with theirs, and like feeling so happy that they could relate to, their favorite artist, or just, use your song to help them get through what they're going through.
It really means a lot to me when I see, those messages, as much as it like really breaks my heart, because I don't like to see anybody, going through something really difficult. But
Right.
I guess because I did feel kind of alone while it was happening. And it was sort of by my own design, because like I said, I was kind of keeping everything close to the chest. But, now getting to just connect with other humans, and, that's the kind of the whole point of that song, is like, you never know what someone else is going through.
Exactly.
And everybody kind of connecting over that same message is, it means that something right is happening, I hope.
No, that's really the power of music. So I really applaud you for coming out about that. And I just love the music video. I mean, obviously, I'm over here crying. Like, there's so many layers to it, but I thought you paid perfect homage, and just seeing Ashley with all the posters, and it's just so amazing. How many details? Like, I know you're really adamant about your visuals. So tell me the process of the music video.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's loaded. There's definitely a lot of like Easter eggs and hints and all of that
Right.
stuff there. And I think mostly for me, I really wanted to do something that felt authentically Y2K, and not kind of like the sort of, cyberified contemporary reimagining of it, which I also love, by the way. But for this, I really wanted it to feel like a memory, like it was
Mm.
nostalgic. Like, I showed the video to a couple friends before it came out, and one of them said something that really just like checked that box in my heart for me. And they said, I feel like I'm watching a story that I remember, like about, a pop star or an artist from when I was younger. But I'm keenly aware of the fact that this isn't a memory, this is real, and this is happening to you. But it just feels like my brain, when I watch it, just goes, oh yeah, I remember that. And I was like, that's exactly, what I wanted it to feel like, I think. And I just wanted to be able to, you know, I'm in a weird situation with this album cycle, to be honest with you, because I'm talking about something that is so heavy, but I'm
Yeah.
doing it with the energy of a person who really wants to have fun and enjoy my life. And I'm so grateful to be here and to be getting to do this again. So there's a lot of sort of contradiction, like conflicting emotions, and I hoped that the video really, captured how conflicting those emotions are.
I love that because I feel like it's really a testament to your healing process as well. And yeah, same what your friend said. Like that's exactly how I felt watching the music video. Like obviously homage to the Queen Brittany, but like I saw some like Pink references in there and so many
Yeah.
Easter eggs. It just like really brought me back.
Totally. No, totally. It was like, I was pulling references from everywhere, and the whole thing kind of does, it was meant to feel sort of like my fever dream distorted memory of the early 2000s, because you know how like our memories are
Right.
they're kind of unreliable sometimes, and like everything's all amalgamated together. Like I wanted it to kind of feel like that.
Exactly. Well, I am so happy you're back. We're running lucky on the show. Full like in rotation. I'm happy that you're back. I missed your music, but you know who else I missed? My favorite Twitter account, Halsey and One.
I know. I've been, listen, I saw I can't tell you how often I get. First of all, thank you for supporting the record, and thank you for supporting the song, because it's been so long, and I'm so, happy to be back, and it's nice to be back to, it's nice to come back to music, and to feel like welcome, and well received, and it definitely is like a huge confidence boost that I think that I really needed after taking that break. So I'm so grateful. And Halsey N1, I was like, do I bring it back for the Olympics? Like, what do I do? And now not just Halsey N1, it's like I'm gonna give my expert commentary on, javelin or something. Like I don't like I don't know basketball. I don't know how much I know about. I mean, I could probably do gymnastics maybe. Um, I'm not very fast, so I don't think I could do anything else.
No, you're so
That might
good.
be
I mean,
able
even
to
like if
get
you get
on
some
there.
WNBA content in there, because let me tell you, I'm a Warriors fan, so I hate that you're a Lakers fan, but you're just so good. I have to follow the account. It's my favorite account.
Listen, I made lucky with a producer named Michael Uzi, who's a massive Warriors fan, and he would
Let's
just stand
go.
every day. He would come in wearing like these like Golden State shirts, and like I would just be looking at him like, yo, are you trying to fight? Like, do you want to get into a fight right now? Like, we made a lot of the record, during the season too. So it was like it was definitely there's a friendly rivalry there. But listen, I totally respect it. I mean, the Warriors are they're a great team. I love good basketball. I love good,
Right.
you know what I mean? I just think it's
Same.
so fun. And I also feel like everyone is deeply surprised to know that about me, because it's giving nerd, me as a person, but like I'm a nerd about basketball.
No, you really are. Like I remember when I first saw the account, I was like, wow, Halsey really knows her stuff. Like I'm here for it. I'm crying at the producer also being a big Warriors fan. But
I'm
it means
to
so
a
much to
point where some
me.
of the players would be angry with me. Like I would not go to a game.
No, well, I'm just so happy you're back, and I mean, it really is an honor for me to talk to you about this record. Before I let you go, what can fans expect next from Halsey?
Ooh, the next song is just completely different than this one, which is awesome and one of my favorite things to do. I feel like all my albums are full of such contradictions, and I really love just getting to experiment, and it's always like expect the unexpected, and I would say that there's like a pretty nice balance of the music to come between like sad girl feelings, and also you know, like screw this, like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna let this get me down, and I'm gonna talk my talk, and whatever else. So, there's definitely like a little balance of that there. I think that this is my favorite album I've ever made. And I say that every time, and I mean it every time, because I feel like I just keep making records that I like better than the last one, which is all you can really hope for as an artist, is to continue to grow and to continue to, make yourself proud. And I think that I hope that this is, one of the pieces of work that I'm really, really remembered for. So I can't wait to get the rest of it out and get the whole story out.
I'm so excited because that's exactly where I'm at in life. So I'm also really hoping I can sing these songs live and cry in concert with you.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. We got September, and then maybe there's like, some more. I don't know. I'm gonna get the look that I'm giving stuff away. So I'm gonna stop now. But I'm
Okay,
definitely
okay. They're like, abort, abort.
a little preview in September, and then we're gonna hit the road. So
Okay, awesome. Well, it was so great talking with you, Halsey. And next time you're in San Francisco, you have to come to the station.
absolutely, I will be there, and I will bring you a Lakers jersey.
Ah. All right. It was so great talking with you. Have a good one. And we're running like crazy. Thank you.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
Andrew.